just get back into routine, get back into the gym and eat healthy again. But I figured I'd give you an idea of what I have to eat this week. So I'm feeling amazing. Originally I was just going to wear this because, you know, it's a date night. Hello and welcome back to another weekly vlog. My name is Jess if you're new here. This week is going to be a bit of a reset week. So I've just come off a bit of a rough run of shifts where I was just working lots and lots of hours because of how my roster is. I'm a nurse for those of you who are new here. But now because of that I have a week off. And I plan to use this week to really just get back into routine, get back into the gym and eat healthy again. I decided to kickstart my days off work by getting a haircut and just a bit of a freshen up. So I'm feeling amazing. So now I'm going to head home and just have a nice chill afternoon. Good morning. It is 4:30 in the morning on a Thursday. It's time to get back into routine, so I am up. And for some reason, my past self decided that a good way to get into it would be a cardio class. So that's what we're going to do. I won't take you into the class because there's lots of people, but I'm going to see you afterwards. Oh my goodness, what the fuck was that? That was rough. Look at my hair. It's all come out. I think that getting back into things with a cardio class was not the smartest move. It was a really small class too. There's definitely less people coming to the early morning classes because it's getting cold. There was like 3 of us there, plus the trainers. And some of those combos just sucked. The last zone that we did was deadlifts, burpee broad jumps, and the echo bike. And I was the only girl in that class, which meant I kind of felt the pressure to try and keep up with the guys, which is just not going to happen. But I tried. And it was like 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off for all the exercises. So essentially the faster you do them, the more of a break you get. But really, I did not get much of a break. Anyway, it is going to be a busy morning. Obviously I had my gym class first thing, and then I'm going to go home, have a quick protein shake, and then we need to rush to the supermarket, do a grocery shop, and then I have the dentist. Both my husband and I decided to book it because we just need to get it done. I'm setting myself a little bit of a challenge over this next month to really hone in on my nutrition and my exercise and just really try and be the best, fittest version of myself. Lately I've just been completely swamped with work. However, my roster for the next month really is looking quite nice in comparison. So it just seemed like a good time to knuckle down and get some results. One of the ways I'm doing that is my husband and I have decided to do separate meals for the month. Often we'll just eat whatever the other person's eating. The issue with that is my husband can eat anything. Like, his metabolism is just ridiculous. And it doesn't affect him, but it does affect me. And I think I need to be eating differently than he does. So, we're going to give that a go. I'm really going to focus on having really good protein sources and lots and lots of micronutrients. And I want to mix up my protein sources a bit. When we're eating together, we're having chicken like 90% of the time. I think we just fell into a routine of doing that, and you can buy big bulk chicken and it works out cheaper. And because my husband eats so much, like he always has double the serving that I have, it costs a lot of money to feed him. So because I'm just going to be buying the food for myself, I can buy the slightly bougie meats, which I'm quite excited about. Anyway, let's head home. it's now 8:30. I have all of half an hour to put this away, hang the washing out, and have a quick shower before my dentist appointment. But I figured I'd give you an idea of what I have to eat this week. Okay, starting with my protein sources. I have tuna for lunches, steak and fish for my dinners. These yogurts are going to be like my snacks or my desserts. Milk because I like tea, and bacon and eggs with breakfast. We already have eggs in the fridge. Then we've got a few miscellaneous items here. So I've got some Japanese curry paste, coconut milk. That's just for a bit of variety. If I get a little bit bored, I can easily chop up one of the rump steaks and have it as a curry. I have some beef stock because I like that with my steak. Rice cakes as a snack option, especially good for when I'm at work. Those night shift munchies. I have cranberries for a salad for lunchtime. Sunflower seeds, again for the same salad dressing. And my main carb sources for this week are going to be rice and sweet potatoes. So I've got some sweet potato here. I already have some more in the pantry. I have basmati rice, and then I also got this Japanese teriyaki style rice, which I think will be yum. And then the rest is all fruit and veggies. Garlic, lemons, different onions, cucumber, zucchini, edamame beans, which kind of are protein as well, mushrooms, banana, broccoli, avocado, grapes, raspberries. So I've got mint and I've got parsley, and then I also have some mixed leaves for lunches. That is going to give me my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. I'm going to have eggs, bacon, mushrooms for breakfast, a tuna salad for lunch, and then either fish or steak for dinner. I need to quickly pop these away, hang up the washing, and have a very quick shower. Okay, I'm all showered, dressed. I don't have time to do my makeup before I go, so I'll do it when I get back. Hello. We're in outfit change number 2. So we went to the dentist, and that went really well, and then we also decided to go get our eyes checked. So did that. And then by this time it was 12 o'clock and I was starving, so we did get lunch out. And now we're going on a bike ride, and my husband has told me we have 20 minutes to get there. So it's going to be a fast bike ride because there's a surf competition on in Burleigh Heads right now, and there's a certain heat coming up that he wants to watch. Anyway, I need to get going. He'll be waiting for me.
Watch this big rapid turn, releases the fins. He is looking so on points at the moment.
6, 7, and a 2.0.
We have finally made it home. I am so tired. And now it is time to get ready for a movie night. We're going to the cinemas to see, I think it's The Accountant number 2. We are back from the movies. I really enjoyed it. It was a good movie. I do think you need to watch the first one though to kind of get the second one in terms of like the relationships within the movie. Anyway, it is now 9:30. I didn't get a chance before we left for the movies to show you my outfit for the night, however, so I'm going to show you now. First off, I'm wearing this gorgeous Dish leather jacket. Really nice and oversized, even though this is technically a size down for me. Then, underneath, I am wearing some comfy Levi 501 90s and this CSB off the shoulder long sleeve top. Originally I was just going to wear this because, you know, it's a date night and I wanted to feel a little bit nice. However, it was cold, so I'm glad I brought that jacket. Ooh, I forgot to show you guys this morning. So after we went and got our eyes tested, I found this little bowl. I think it's very cute. And it was only $7 on sale. I just think it'll be fun to eat out of. Most of our kind of dinnerware is fairly basic, which isn't a bad thing, but I'm craving a little bit of colour. And this is so cute. Anyway, time to go have a shower and I will see you in the morning. Good morning. It is Friday today and I had a bit of a sleep in this morning. Initially the plan was to go for a run, but when I got up in the morning and I was getting ready for my run, it just started raining and it's kind of been on and off since then. So no run for me this morning. So I decided that the next best thing for me would be to go back to bed and just get lots of sleep. So that's what I did. And then I did not get out of bed until around 10 o'clock this morning. So I always feel bad for sleeping in, but my body is pretty deprived of sleep most of the time. So I think it was a good thing, even though I feel guilty. I'm about to make some breakfast / lunch, but this parcel has arrived. I'm pretty sure these are some hair clips that I ordered actually. I brought 3 different things. I brought a pack of clips, a kind of like, it's like a claw clip but it lies flat on your head. It's a little bigger than I thought it was. I brought a size medium. And then one of these kind of French pins. I do own one like this, but I find it's really hard to use because this part at the end here is really fat. Like it just doesn't like to go through my hair. So I'm hoping this one's got quite thin kind of pointy bits at the end, so I'm hoping that'll work better. Anyway, just some cute little accessories to do my hair with. Breakfast today, we have a bagel thin, 2 eggs, bacon, mushrooms, and some grapes. I love this as a breakfast because it keeps me full for so long. Whereas in the past, different breakfasts I've had, I'm hungry within like a couple of hours, which is not ideal for a breakfast. Today, however, this is probably going to be breakfast and lunch because it's 20 past 11. And by the time I'm hungry again, it'll be close to dinner. I feel like I've been a little bit lazy today, just because I haven't left the house yet. I slept in and I've been watching YouTube for the last couple of hours. But also it's my day off, so I feel like that's okay. You can't be productive every single day. And I do have a PT session this afternoon, which I'm excited and also nervous for because it's always really hard. And it's been a while since I've had a PT session as well, because just work and sickness and a few other things. But it'll be good to get back into it. My legs are a little bit sore. My hamstrings are sore and my calves are sore. And honestly, I'm not too sure what from. I think my calves are sore either from like the ski erg during my cardio class or from biking yesterday because we were biking really fast on the way there and it was hard work. Hamstrings though, it must be from the cardio class. I don't know what I did to make them hurt, but they hurt. Anyway, I'm nervous because my legs are already a bit sore. However, we focus on like the squat movement and my squat mobility. So I feel like that's generally more quad focused. Hopefully I'll be okay. I feel like for the most part, I should be using the muscles that aren't that sore. I really want to go out for a walk, but the weather's just constantly raining, only lightly, but like it'll be sunny for like 20 minutes and then it'll start raining and it's just all over the place. So I've spent most of the day feeling pretty lazy. Now I have about an hour and a half until I need to leave for my PT appointment. So I figured I'm gonna do something just to make me feel a little bit better, make me feel a little more on top of my day. I'm going to set a timer for 60 minutes and I'm going to do a little speed clean of the apartment. And by the time that's done, it'll be time to head off and get a little bit of exercise in. I'm hoping I'll be able to walk to my PT session if the rain stops. I'm back home after my PT session. It wasn't too bad today, so that was nice. And as I was walking home, I saw so many people out for their run and I figured, fuck it, I'm gonna go do that now too. So I'm just gonna have a very quick bite to eat, put my shoes on and head out the door. It's raining. Run is done. It did rain on and off the whole entire run, but it was actually quite refreshing. It was nice. I reckon going maybe half an hour earlier would have been better. However, I didn't really have a choice with my PT session, so there's not much I could have done about that, but it definitely got a bit too dark in the end. Anyway, it's now 6 o'clock and I am starving. So I'm going to quickly whip up some dinner and then I'm going to jump in the shower, wash my hair and everything. And then I can relax for the rest of the evening. Good morning. I had another sleep in this morning. Not as much as yesterday. I was up at 7 o'clock. Went to a 8 a.m. Pilates class, which was amazing. It was hard though. Lots of planks and core work, which, you know, is a struggle. I walked to and from Pilates this morning as well. Although the weather is much the same as yesterday. It's constantly just raining lightly and then stopping and then raining, so it's annoying. And it's actually cold. Like, I wore leggings and this jacket to my Pilates class. And I kind of love it, kind of don't. Like, I'm on the fence about it. Like, I'm enjoying it being colder and not being hot all the time. And I'm enjoying being able to wear some of my winter wardrobe, but also it's going to be cold for like the next few months. And by cold, like it's not actually that cold. I live on the Gold Coast. It's not cold. It was like 17 degrees when I was walking to Pilates this morning. I was like, oh my gosh, this is chilly. Which is ridiculous. I grew up in Wellington in New Zealand and it's cold there. 17 degrees is like a nice summer's day. I am fully aware of how ridiculous it sounds when I say that it's cold. But I've been living here for 5 years now and I have adjusted and I'm slightly ashamed. Anyway, I'm having my breakfast. Same old bacon, eggs, bagel, mushrooms, and I've got some grapes again this morning. Then I'm going to get ready for the day and we're going to get stuck into some editing because I still have a weekly vlog from a few weeks ago that I have not edited. I am showered and dressed and ready for the day. I figured I would show you my outfit first. So, this is my outfit today. I am wearing a black ribbed witchery long sleeve top and these cotton cashmere blend pants. These are from Assembly Label. And a really nice pair of cozy socks. I don't actually know where these are from. Some kind of outdoorsy place. Pretty sure they're supposed to be hiking socks. Nice and comfy and warm. Time to get tucked into some editing. I have the hiccups and it's driving me insane. It is also currently raining outside. I'm thinking that this vlog won't take too long to edit. The total of all of my footage was only like 2 hours, which is normally on the shorter side. And then by the time I cut it all down, that'll probably be like 20 minutes. So that's kind of nice from an editing point of view. I'll probably do a rough cut today and then do all the finer details and music, etc. tomorrow. It's normally how I like to do my editing. I like to go through and do a rough cut of everything first. Just get rid of all the footage that isn't going to be a part of it, and I like to kind of lay it out so it makes sense and everything's in order and I know what days what. And then I'll go through and do any text, music, etc. Depending on how much footage there is, the rough cut is often the part that takes the longest, because if I've got 4 hours of footage, it's a lot to go through and figure out what I do and don't need. But the rough cut this time around should be reasonably easy. I do struggle a little bit with balancing this as a hobby as well as my job as a nurse and also just having some free time. I often feel guilty on my days off if I haven't done any editing or any work on videos. But I've got to remember I work full-time as a nurse as well. So I do need my days off where I simply don't do anything productive and I can just watch TV or just do whatever I want to do. I do really enjoy making videos and editing, and I like creating those memories for myself, as well as just being able to share my lifestyle and what it's like with other people. I think that's quite cool. I love watching other people's videos from different places in the world and how different people's lives can be. Even simple things like clothes and fashion are so different here compared to in other places in the world. Like the fact that this is kind of like a winter outfit, you know, like a pair of pants and a long sleeve top. I still find that slightly insane, because back home in New Zealand in winter I'd be wearing this, I'd be wearing leggings underneath, I'd be wearing a giant puffer jacket and a beanie and sitting by the fireplace, and like it's winter here is just so very different to what I've been used to the majority of my life, so it still feels a little bit bizarre to me. I find it fun just being able to show what my life is like here for anyone that could be interested, or purely just curious like I am in terms of what other people's lives are like based on where they live. Also, this is the first time I've washed my hair since getting it cut and I'm liking it. It actually has a little bit more movement through it at the moment. I think because it was longer, it was just a little more weighed down, and now it's just got a little more volume to it, which is not something my hair usually has. I'm liking it. This is it without styling or doing anything to it. I washed it last night and it air dried, and this is it when I wake up. I would one day like to style my hair a bit more, just because I think it's fun. It'd be nice to be able to do some interesting things with my hair every now and again. However, I'm also a bit conflicted because I know that what I'm doing now and not really using much heat on my hair is better for it. But I do feel like I'm not seeing my hair's full potential, you know? Anyway, enough rambling. I need to get back to work. I have been tapping away on my computer for pretty much the whole afternoon, other than doing a little bit of washing here and there. I'm getting pretty hungry now though, so I'm going to start prepping some dinner. Just for myself tonight. My husband will be at work until around 8. I'm essentially going to have the same thing as last night, but I'm going to have sweet potato instead of rice. And the sweet potato does take a while longer to cook than the rice, so I'm going to get that started now. 1 sweet potato, ready to go in the oven. I'll give that some time in there by itself, and then I'm going to start prepping the fish and the veggies. Dinner is ready, and this looks so good and really nice and healthy too. Alright, let me show you dinner. We have a lemon fish with like garlic, parsley, onions, lemon juice, etc. Nice giant sweet potato, some zucchini, and a lovely salad, which is just some mixed leaves, avocado, some feta cheese, and a green dressing. I have just sat down to watch some YouTube, and I am going to finish my night off with something sweet, so I've got a Chobani yogurt and a cup of chai tea. Good morning world, happy Sunday. It is once again another miserable on-off rainy day. However, I'm determined to get this run done, and there's a slight break in the rain right now, and I'm hoping that it holds for long enough for me to run. So I'm all dressed and ready. I've had my banana, and we are going to head out the door. It is raining. I sat down to try and put my shoes on, and it started pouring down. So that's great. Well, this is a weird angle that I've never tried before. Kind of just lets you see all the dirty dishes in the sink. So as you know, I didn't go for my run because it was raining, and it still is. I've still got my fingers crossed that maybe I'll be able to run this evening if the rain gives me a bit of a break. Anyway, I got dressed for the day. I am wearing my Lululemon trackies, a black kind of baby tee, and my Reformation cardigan. It's cold again today. Definitely finally feeling like winter has arrived. It's Mother's Day today. So my sisters and I did a group video chat to my mum, which was lovely. And then we also got to see my nana. And then I've just been messaging my mother-in-law as well. However, I have not had breakfast other than my banana, so I need to make some breakfast now because I really am quite hungry. And then we're going to get stuck into some more editing. This is such a bizarre angle. Hey, it's a little later now. It's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I spent a decent chunk of my morning on the phone to my mum, my nana and my sisters, which was lovely. And then this afternoon I have been doing some editing. I have not been quite as productive as I had hoped because I spent so much time talking on the phone this morning. But, you know, it's Mother's Day and I miss my family, so it's nice to chat with them. I'm almost done with the more precise cut of things, you could say. So I did the rough cut yesterday. Today I'm going through and just making sure everything's exactly how I want it and, you know, trimming things a little more where they need it. And then I've got the kind of music audio side to do, and then the special effects. So probably only like another hour or so of editing to go, which is not too bad really. We'll see how we go, because exporting it from Final Cut Pro and then uploading it to YouTube just takes up a lot of our, what do you call it? Data? Wi-Fi? Internet capabilities? Which is quite annoying, especially at night time if we want to watch a movie or my partner wants to game or anything like that. Everything else just tends to lag because of it. So I tend to reserve it for during the day when he's at work and we're not planning on doing a very internet heavy thing. So yeah, the earliest it's going to go up is probably tomorrow afternoon anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I don't finish it today because I have the day off tomorrow.
Arms wide, ready, love is true, you know. Come roll.
Dinner's ready. I have, there's rice underneath that. Rice, steak, mushrooms with garlic and onion, broccoli, avocado. Yummy. This bowl is probably a tad too small, but it's cute.
You